Hi. The world of global trade is a minefield today. What was valid yesterday is obsolete today. Say, anyone active in the United States in that market knows reasonable care, the duty of reasonable care, is not a suggestion. It is the law. And demonstrating reasonable care requires you to be absolutely up to date at all times. And this is almost impossible to achieve in daily business. Who has the time and energy to shift through endless marketing newsletters, thousands of LinkedIn posts, or bone-dry legislative gazettes every day? Federal Register, that's a huge task. You are left with the constant feeling of overlooking something vital. So, wouldn't it be nice if someone took this mountain of work off your shoulders? Someone who doesn't just collect information, but filters, evaluates, and prioritizes it for you. Let me give you an example, a few examples actually, on why you need to rethink how your company acquires news in this age of information overload. Example 1, United Kingdom. In the UK, we're experiencing a flood of changes. The UK CDS system is permanently adjusted. The British CBAM is just around the corner. New free trade agreements are constantly changing the rules for origin preferences. On top of that, there is the complex Northern Ireland problem, an administrative tour de force, where one mistake can bring everything to a halt. But are the many newsletters and LinkedIn posts you read really enough? Shouldn't we find out what is actually important in this flood of news? The newsletters I read, for example, and I read a great many every day, they don't do that at all. They merely report, regardless of whether it is relevant to your company or not. Take another example, take European Union, EU. You know, the EU is facing the largest Union Customs Code, UCC, customs reform in history. We are also seeing a flood of novelty regulations, deforestation, EUDR, corporate sustainable due diligence directive, CSDDD, carbon border adjustment mechanism, CBA. Every week brings new guidelines, new consultations, and new drafts. And at national member state level, technical pressure is mounting. In Germany, customs is rolling out new Atlas releases. In France, the Delta system is being completely overhauled. Look, anyone who ignores these technical details today will face closed border gates tomorrow. Can someone please filter this and separate the wheat from the chaff? Can someone summarize this holistically and prioritize it so I know what matters for my business? That's what I hear. Final example. Take the high-risk area of export controls and sanctions. One area that certainly deserves special attention. So the risks of non-compliance here are simply too high. Whether it's US BIS or OFAC, the UK sanctions list, or the massive EU sanctions against Russia, we cannot afford to lose track. A violation here endangers potentially the firm's complete existence. Here, clear instructions must be given on what the company can do when changes occur. More precisely, it must clearly state which department or which clerk in the company, which officer is actually affected. Sanctions in particular are very specific and detailed. You need to know exactly who in the company needs to know what, needs to act now and what to do. So if I summarize all of this, we need a service that consolidates all changes and updates into one single document. We need someone to prepare the essential threats and opportunities from the past week for the C-suite in a compact form. CEOs ask about the big picture, and they want to have awareness of system-relevant changes without digging down into the nitty-gritty. But having said that, we also need someone who can go then into depth, because the detail-orientated work is required for the middle management and the clerks. The staff need to know what happened, What does it mean? Who in the company needs to know? What should those affected then do? And the flood of weekly changes should not just be interpreted like this, but also prioritized so that internationally active companies can work with them immediately. So say critical first, then important, then everything else. The things that are for information only. We need a service and a service provider who based on this identifies the departments and the clerks affected by the changes and provides them with immediate action plans. And finally, we should be brave enough to look into the future. We should know what might come next based on current developments. Who is willing to look beyond the horizon? And this is exactly where our strategic trade intelligence comes in. We don't just deliver information, we deliver intelligence. Our briefings are divided into 3 clear sections. Part 1, the CEO summary. Short, concise and straight to the point for the executive suite. Decision makers find out immediately which developments are business critical, where risks loom, and where new opportunities are emerging. Part 2, an in-depth analysis for departments. Here, we go into details for customs managers. Our specialty is sorting by importance using our traffic light system. Red for critical, so you must act immediately. Yellow for important, you need to have this on your radar. Green for info, this is for general awareness. This allows you to get straight to the essentials without clicking through PDF documents and endless papers. And this package comes complete with a description of all the essential changes, an analysis of what they may mean, identification of who in the company needs to know, and who is affected. You'll get concrete instructions of what these people or departments can do. And that is complemented by part 3, horizon scanning, the third part of the offer. Based on current events and well-founded analysis, we show you what is waiting for you on the horizon. What will happen in the next 60 days. This gives your company planning security through foresight. How does it work? Well, look, it's simple. It's very straightforward. You choose from the available briefings and we will send them to you directly into your inbox as a simple PDF. You can read them alone or share them with your team and management. With one email, you cover the updates needed of the entire company and no one can say they didn't know. Total knowledge, always up to date, and no changes can escape you. And what's even better, if you want to get started right away, nothing could be easier. No account creation, no password jungle, no credit card required, just do it. Test us for free for 30 days, completely free of charge. See for yourself. If you then want to subscribe to the briefing for yourself or your team, just let me know. Write me, call me, and we're off. Takes less than 30 seconds. So, let's turn complexity into security. Secure your information advantage, and I look forward to hearing from you.